Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Juju's Journey. If this is your first time visiting, I'm 57 years old. I'm a widow. Coming up on December will be 1 year. I started to use the zero-based budget. I'm on a very fixed income. And so I'm just going to show you what works for me. Sometimes I have to revamp. But if I can do it, you can do it. So come on and let's go ahead. Today we're going to do our weekly cash stuffing for my wallet and my sinking funds. And let's get started. So I'm lucky enough to be 1 month ahead, which means now I pull all of my cash out of the bank at the beginning of the month, and I fill up this binder to fund all of my envelopes throughout the month. If I find that I'm having difficulty, or if an expense comes up that I might not can stuff my envelopes for that week, then I just take a pause for a few days or maybe a week and then fund them the next week. I've only had to do that once, and that was when I bought my computer, and I didn't want to take the money out of the bank because I wanted to still stay 1 month ahead. So, which basically worked out pretty good. So, anyway, let's get started. I've already pulled my cash from my, I'm calling this my bank binder. I pulled my cash for today's stuffing, and let's see how much I pulled to stuff for this week. I'll go ahead and count this up. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Let's do like this. I'm going to put it in stacks of 100 so I don't forget. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 75, 90, 95, 100. And then we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. So we're only going to stuff $271 today. And this is just, you know, for my weekly stuffing. Hopefully I'll be able to increase that amount, and I'm really going to need to. But like I said, I have some side hustles that I'm working on, and I've decided to just let that money build up for a little bit until I get used to making sure that I don't have to pull any to, you know, pay back some expense that I forgot that I may have. So I'm just letting it accumulate in the bank for a minute, and then hopefully I'll be able to pull and we can just stuff my side hustle money and catch up on some things. So let me get my, this is my weekly, I don't know if you can see it with the glare. Hold on, let me turn this light off and see if that works. Okay, so I've got my weekly, I changed monthly to weekly expenses. So I have everything written down, totaled up, and I'm going to set this to the side so we can, I can look at that as we go. Okay, so this is my cash wallet that I take with me every week. Juju is me, and I get $30, and that's to spend any way I want without any questions asked. and have, you know, sometimes I may use it to help fund a lunch that I didn't. I've got to scan that into Fetch Rewards. I may use that to fund a lunch that I didn't quite, you know, have enough dining out money. $40 goes into groceries. I'm fortunate enough, I eat most of my meals at night with my, next door with my daughter and her husband and her little children. Sometimes I'll provide or cook. Okay, dining out, I give myself 20. Miscellaneous gets 10. And lunch gets 20. I put in 20 and my two daughters each put in 20. And we buy lunch out of it, whether we eat at home or whether we decide to treat ourselves and have lunch out and about. And all the ones I did not spend this week, I'm going to pull them out to the side. So I did pretty good this week getting my ones back. And what I do is, if something costs $5 and I have a 10, I'll pay with the 10 and get that money back. And the last couple of times I have not taken my change and put in my change jar. So let's go ahead and do this because it's getting pretty full. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in. I think the last time I rolled change, didn't I get like $35 when I filled this little jar up? And I was only like 2 quarters shy of making $10 worth of quarters. So I know I've got at least $10 worth of quarters in this jar already. But when it gets full, I'll roll them again. I still haven't taken that rolled money to the bank yet. I think I have in my safe and at my house, I think I have like $400 worth of roll change. I might still just hold on to it if I don't need it and use it when I do need it, because it's really not hurting anything by sitting there. So my wallet is completely stuffed. All of my change is out. Let's see which binder we're going to start with today. Let's go ahead and start with the most important. And I guess it's according to how you look at it. These are my sinking funds, house taxes. These are my high priority sinking funds. House taxes I already have. They're fully funded. House insurance is going to get 20. And so I probably should have used, you know what, I'm just going to grab a 20 out of my bank because I don't have a 20. Hold on. I'm just going to grab 2 10s because I think hopefully I'll end up with $10 extra and then we'll know where it came from. But I'm going to go ahead and do this since I don't have a 20. So house insurance is going to get 20, which brings it up to $1,380. So let's see if we have $1,380. So these are already in the Ally account that I opened for my high interest savings account. And y'all, I just opened it in June or July. And I've already made $13 in interest, and I don't have that much money in there. So anyway, we have 100, 200, and then we have 3, 4. Let me kind of separate that a little bit. 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. And y'all, I told y'all wrong. So we should have, this is 1,000 that's in the bank. So we've got $1,380. So that math is mathin'. That makes me happy. So how's everybody's week going? Today is Tuesday here. Normally I stuff on Fridays, but I had enough cash in my wallet to hold off, so I just decided to wait. And this month, you know, we have 5 weeks. My money doesn't go in until Monday, so I said, you know, as long as I can hold off a little bit, that's better for me. And like I said, sometimes you have to make a little tiny adjustments just so you can make sure you're balanced. And whatever I have left in that bank, I'll put towards the next month ahead. So house maintenance is going to get $5, and we should have $95 in house maintenance. So let's count this. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. And what did I say it should have? Oh, it should have 95. Oh, I didn't put my 5 in yet. Now it's got 95. Okay, good deal. Let's line it up like this. Car taxes, it's going to get a 10. So let's add that, and we should have $75. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. And what did I say we were supposed to have? 75. So that's good. Car insurance is going to get it's going to get 20, so we should have 970. So there we go. I'm going to have to put 2 10s. So we've got 500 in the bank, 600, 700, 800, 900, 920, 40, 50, 60, 70. So let's see if that math is mathing. 970. Those are placeholders. You put money in the place of cash so it can be sitting in your bank drawing interest instead of just sitting here not doing anything. What is this? Car maintenance is going to get 5. And so let's go ahead and put $5 in here. And so we have 100 in the bank, 200 in the bank, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So $240 should be here. And that's correct. Emergency is going to receive $5. And that should bring us up to 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Wait a minute, how is that? $35, 40. 5, 10. Oh, I've got a 20, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yep, that's correct. You know, sometimes Gigi's brain. Okay, medical is going to receive $10. And so that should bring me up to $90. I've got 50 in the bank, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90. I used some of this money to just go ahead and put me a month ahead. I figured that was important. I was so close. So I kind of had to start back over, but that's okay. That's just what I needed to do at that moment to fulfill a goal. And sometimes goals are necessary to keep you motivated to keep going. Okay, so $45, I'm putting $5 in savings, so I should have $45. So let's go 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So that's correct. You don't have to have fancy stuff to do envelope stuffing. And I certainly don't have fancy stuff. But I do like putting my envelopes in a binder. That I like that. So I did go ahead and invest in binders. I got them off of Amazon. They're really inexpensive. I think you can get them even like $8, $9. I do want to make them pretty one day, but I'm not there yet. Month ahead bills. When this builds up a little bit, I'll put it in a month ahead. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So we have $40 saved up for a month ahead. Yearly fees. Should have 29. It's going to get $3. Let's get some ones over here. 1, 2, and 3. So we should have $29. Let's count and see. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. This is one that I unstuffed to go towards to put back in the bank, so I would be up 1 month ahead. My goal is to be 6 months ahead. eBay, I'm going to give myself $3. This is basically in case I have to pay taxes or buy supplies. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it, but I am still going to stuff. And we should have $29 in that envelope as well. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's awesome. And that completes this binder. Okay, next let's do, this is for the dollar savings. All of the money that I took out of my cash wallet, my $1 bills, I put them in this envelope. And when this envelope gets to 50, when this envelope gets to 50, I take that and put towards the sinking fund. So right now, let's see how many that we saved this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I hate when money's like that. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and $26. That's pretty good. $26 to go towards my sinking fund when it reaches 50. Personal care is going to receive 5. And that should bring us up to $75. So we have 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, $75. That's not bad. I do need to buy some makeup coming up, but I'm going to squeeze the last little bit out of that tube before I spend any money. close is going to receive $5, and that should bring our total up to 35. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I only buy clothes seasonally, so I'll just go through my closet and see if there's something I need to replace. I'm not a real big shopper. So we're going to put $5 in entertainment, and I'll explain some fun things that I'm looking forward to. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Vacation is going to receive 10. I must not have done something quite right. Goodness gracious. So that's why this money back here is so good, because it's my bank. I don't think I have any more 10s. Oh, I do have a 10. So I'm going to put this 5 back and use this 10. I must not have pulled correctly earlier whenever I was getting set up. So vacation's going to receive 10, and that should bring us up to 320. I'm going to be going out of town in November, so hopefully I'll save up enough money to pay for my hotel room. I also want to go to the mountains with my children, but maybe they'll rent the house and tell me to come stay for free. Okay, so 100, 200, and $50 in the bank, 250, 270, 290, $320. My goal is to have $1,500 in this envelope, but if I keep spending it, that's okay too. Gifts, this is for extended friends and family, is going to receive 5, which should put us at 15. I had to buy a gift a couple of weeks ago. So we've got 5, 10, and 15. I will have to say I've had a really good past week. I don't think I'll ever recuperate from losing my husband. I don't think, that's the case. I'm going to give 3 to pets, and this is for future vet bills. And that should bring us up to $274. 100, 250 is in the bank. So we got 250, 255, 260, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. Let's see if that's correct. That is correct. Wish list is going to receive $3. I honestly need to pull all of this money because I did buy a computer and I did not take it out of my checking account. So once my money comes in for this month, just to make sure I'm where I should be, this money you may see this money disappear and go into the banks. But we have 100, 200 in the high yield savings account, and then we have 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and $34. So we have $234 in wish list. Let me see if that's correct. Yep, that's correct. And then we have lawn and garden, which I am not stuffing right now. And wedding is for my daughter. It's going to be a small, simple wedding. We just started last week saving. And I'm going to give her 5. Out of, this is the bank, remember? So I pull all the money to stuff my envelopes. I figure it's better to keep it there and stuff when I can instead of having to unstuff envelopes in case I have to use it for something else. So I still think it's important, even though I only get paid once a month, to not stuff my envelopes just once a month, because if something came up, I'd have to go through and unstuff, redo the math, and that would be too much. I'd get discouraged. So I still, although I only get money once a month, I still like to stuff weekly. This is my favorite binder. This is for my 5 grandchildren, my 5 children, and my 5 bonus kids from significant others. So I used to stuff $5, but now I'm down to stuffing only 3. Hopefully I'll get back up and start stuffing 5 again. 1, 2, 3. It's going to go for, I'm starting from the youngest to the oldest. This is my 10-month-old. And I'm not going to count all of these. That brings his envelope up to $149. That will buy Christmas and birthday. That's all this binder is for their Christmas and their birthday. Grandchild number 2 is a little over 1. Both of these are walking. They're so cute. Little boys. Grandchild number 3, first year in kindergarten. Loving it. She's a little girl. She's the only granddaughter. She has 149. This one's going to be starting 1st grade coming up. They start where he lives after Labor Day, which I think everybody should start after Labor Day. But he's the only grandchild that doesn't live in my hometown. He lives out of state. This grandchild is going to get 3. He's grown in college, 1st year in college. But he's going to get 3. This is my son. No, this is my daughter and her fiance. She's the one that's going to get married. And she's going to have a very small wedding because her dad's not going to be here to walk her down the aisle. So she decided that, I did not do my math right, y'all. This is my daughter that lives right next door. She and her husband are going to get theirs. Maybe I did because I did do this right. And then this is my son and his significant other. And this one I don't have cash for because I owe it now $1. There was a birthday party and I went over. So instead of stuffing, I'm just subtracting. I was -7, and last week I put 3 in, but made it -4. This week I put in 3, and now I'm -1. So next week they'll get $2 and bring it up to date. So that's it for stuffing my binders. I just want to speak to you real quick. So, you know, I told you I lost my husband, what would that be, 10 months ago? And you know, when you're going through grief, you go, it's a roller coaster ride. You have your ups and your downs, you're stressed, you're worried. You have to deal with probate. In my case, I'm dealing with 2 probates because he was still dealing with his mother's probate before he passed, that it wasn't settled. So anyway, it's just a lot of stress, and I'm not worried about it, but you don't think you're stressed, but you probably are stressed. But I have a friend of mine who we've been friends since I moved to this town that I live in over 35 years ago. She was actually my employer, And we became best friends. We've gone through everything together. Like, she knows about me, like all the struggles I went through, because my husband had 2 little girls when I married him. And so it's sometimes just a struggle being a stepmom, and especially if you're dealing with things that aren't quite right on the other side, you know. And then she had 2 little children, and then I started having she had a son when I met her. And then I had my son, and then she had a daughter, and then I had my other 2 daughters. And then, of course, I had my 2 stepdaughters. But our children grew up together. We lived in the same neighborhood. We did everything together. Well, she lost her son when he was in high school. And so she's gone through it. Like, her grief is nothing compared to my grief. But like I said, we've been there for each other throughout our whole adult lives. And so now we decided we're going to start living life. We're not going to let life we can't pause. We've got to keep living. So we're going to start signing up for all of these 5Ks around our state that we can make it to. And some of them have festivals right after, which is fun. We've already signed up for one in October, and it's going to be Halloween. The whole town's decorated for Halloween, and then you have macaroni and cheese, and I think they have beer. It's not going to be like canned beer. I think it's going to be from their brewery. And so they're going to have barbecue, macaroni and cheese. It's near the beach. And we both like to go thrifting, so we're going to do that. But we've decided we're going to start going on a trip every single month. Nothing expensive, like little day trips. We found out in our home state there's a place that has supposedly healing water or something. I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to go places that are really cool, like that we have never even thought. Just like in your own hometown, there may be something that people come to your town to see, but you take for granted because you live there. We're going to go to all these little counties and try to find their little sightseeing places in their town, and then go downtown, eat lunch, thrift shop, go to their little shops, see what they have to offer. And I said, that's just a start, because my husband and I, we had a convertible, 2 of them actually. And so when he retired, of course we like doing stuff like that. But my goal was we were going to visit every single town in my state before we started just going off and visiting every other state. I said, let's just go for joyrides to begin with. And we only did a few. We did probably 10. But anyway, we're going to continue to do that. And another thing we want to do is I want to take a train ride and go somewhere, because I've never been on a train. But anyway, at least we have goals. And we've started walking this week, and that's made us feel really good. I made us some smoothies that I batched up for the whole month. We have them in the freezer. I made us some little, I don't even know what they're called, but little drinks that are healthy for us to drink in the morning. Anyway, we're excited. We decided, you know what? We're going to live life, because tomorrow's not promised. So we're just going to do it. And I'm excited. And we're going to, if our kids want to go, they can go with their families. If her husband wants to join in, he's more than welcome. We're not going on these. We can do, my family, we do like Saturday fun days where we just take off and go to different towns anyway. We usually do it about once a month. And we leave early. We'll go try to find yard sales. We'll find interesting restaurants, not a chain restaurant. We'll do a local restaurant that serves, good little lunches. And so we already do something like that, but we're going to, if they can't do it, me and my friend are going to do it with or without them. And she's going to join us. And so we're just going to have a good time. So hopefully you'll hear me not so depressed. And I'm sure I'm still going to be depressed. But now that I have things to look forward to, I knew that I was going to start trying to not be such a crutch for my children, because we have been, I cannot even tell you how blessed I am. We have really leaned on each other, like, you know, when you say families come together, they really do. I don't know what I would do without them, but I don't want them to feel like, you know, we've got to include Mama on everything. I want Mama to be able to have her own life, and I want them to have their life, and I want us all to have a life together. Like, they're welcome to come join me. I might be welcome to go join them, but I don't want them to feel sorry for me and have to include me on everything that they do just so I don't sit at home. So anyway, here's the one step in the right direction. And like I said, if I can do it, you can too, you know? So anyway, my favorite Bible verse is, and we'll hopefully you enjoy this. I do start my morning off every day with devotion. And boy, has it been talking to me lately. It's been very on spot. I mean, just on key to everything. I go to bed and think and pray, and I tell God what I want or what I feel like I need. And then the next day, the devotion is really talking about that aspect of life. I mean, it's just amazing. Anyway, may the Lord bless you and keep you. And may the Lord smile down on you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. And that's Numbers 6, 24 to 26. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you don't mind, give us a thumbs up and maybe even share. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thanks. Bye.